Hey guys, I'm Bryce Sander, and we are live with the cast of Below Deck.
Hi.
Hey guys.
How are we going?
So if you have questions for these guys, their new season premieres on Tuesday on Bravo, but leave them in the comments below. I will be getting them over here. I'll be asking them, but I'll kick off with some questions of my own. Kelly, welcome back to Below Deck.
Oh, thank you very much.
And Lauren, welcome to Below Deck.
Thank you.
And Ben, you're always around.
Yeah.
So this is season 4. How is this season different?
Ooh.
I mean, where to start? I'm Bosen. We have 3 new cast members. We've got Lauren, Trevor, Nico. No, a lot more than 3. Emily and Sierra. New boat. Same location as the season as I was on, but totally new adventures in different areas.
Definitely. All right. I've seen the first episode. Dramatic right away. Kelly, I gotta ask you about this guy, Trevor.
Oh, Trevor.
He seems like a piece of work. Trevor is one of the deckhands, and he is calling himself senior deckhand.
Oh, he is senior deckhand.
No, calling himself
Yep.
senior deckhand.
Oh, yeah. He reminded everyone that he's senior deckhand constantly. I think he meant good, but he had no experience in leadership. He may have had it on paper, but that doesn't mean you're an actual leader. And he was, I mean, both Lauren and Nico had plenty of experience, but I mean, he even tried to step on my toes. And it just, I can't say too much, but it gets a lot worse.
It looks like we're going to see a big sit down between Trevor and Captain Lee, judging by the trailer for the season. So we'll be looking forward to that. The fan questions are already rolling in. Amanda wants to know, what's the funniest thing about working for Captain Lee? He's not exactly the funniest guy. He's pretty serious.
He is.
Yeah, I don't know if there is anything
What's the
funny.
funniest?
Just always that threat of a plane ticket home hovering over
Yeah.
you.
Well, he does have his Lee-isms. He's kind of quirky. And,
Yes.
I mean, some of them are cliches. They're not all completely original, but, I mean, they're funny, you know?
I agree. I feel like he always has a line for something.
Yeah, he
you know,
does.
if something comes on, he's just bang, ready to go. Has the perfect line there, and you're like, oh wow, that was.
And
Well done.
he's always been like that. I was lucky enough to actually meet his family, and they were like this. He's always just had these little crackers all growing up and stuff. So I mean, it's just kind of part of him.
Definitely. All right. Rebecca, Ben, we were talking about this before the camera went live. But Rebecca wants to know, did you have any time off? Because we just saw you wrap up Below Deck Mediterranean.
Right.
And now about 3 weeks later, we're here.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, they've just come one after another. You know, I've kind of done 3 consecutives, and I did get a little time off, but I think I came back and one was viewing. I think straight after the. After the Mediterranean, I went straight into a reunion show of season 3.
Great.
And then we had to finish up all of the airing of that, and then suddenly I was back in the Caribbean. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster. I think I came on pretty hot as well. Like, you know, I was just like, yeah, give me more.
Keep that energy rolling.
Yeah, I probably outdid myself as well, but you know, that's expected.
Now, Lauren, when you signed up for this job, did you know that reality TV was coming along with it?
I mean, yeah, you sort of expect it, I guess. You sign up for it, but it's definitely not what I expected, you know? Ugh.
What was the biggest surprise to you about having to live your life with a camera there? You haven't really seen it yet, but you know the cameras were following you around while you were just going about your business.
Yeah, I mean, to start with, you're not really used to having them in your face all the time, you know, especially when you sort of walk away from moments where you're by yourself, you know, if you're a little bit stressed out or something, you're like, oh, I'm just going to go into my room for a second just to chill, and then you go into your room and it's like, bang, camera's there, and you're sort of like, oh,
There's no
I'm
escape.
doing something else, just, you know.
There's no escape.
Yeah.
All right, Deborah has another question for Ben. Whatever happened to you and Kate? Because we know that Kate this season, she's taken a dip in the lady pond,
Yeah.
which I think was a surprise to many.
Yeah, I think I pretty much put her off men for life. To be honest.
Oh, you're what happened.
I don't know. I think Kate surprised everyone. in terms of our relationship, Kate and I were really just very good friends, and sometimes very good friends get very drunk and spend the night together.
And still very good friends.
Yeah, we are, and Kate's always going to be a good friend. I mean, so same with Kelly and Lauren. We developed these very strong bonds, you know.
Hard not to, living together, working together,
and also doing the show. It's there's
All
just
this
so
stuff.
much additional pressure. So if you do have a bond, it's just very strong, you know, because it's almost like it's kind of a saving grace almost. Because
I mean, even like people from other seasons that I wasn't on, like season 3. You know, I met with some of them. It's kind of like it's a family. Once you've been in Below Deck, you're all part of the same
Yeah.
family.
Now, speaking of family, Amy, your sister, is not on this season, which I'm happy to have you back, but I'm a little sad Amy's not around. What's Amy doing?
She is actually taking courses right now with her boyfriend, and she's doing great in Fort Lauderdale. I wish she would have been there too. Trust me, my sister is like my saving grace. I can confide in her in anything, and it's just good to have someone there that you can completely trust. And it was different not having her there.
yeah.
All right, more fan questions. What has been your favorite place to go on the show? Julia asked that.
Ooh.
Which this season is in the Virgin Islands, right?
Yeah.
I would say Virgin Gorda, but that's my favorite island anyways.
Yeah. I'd say Virgin Gorda as well. It's so blue. You just see like just dolphins, and like the beaches there are beautiful. They have some of the best bars there, the best cocktails, which I find very important.
Very important.
Yeah, so it's definitely one of my favorites.
What about you?
I hate to say it, but I just love the Mediterranean. I just, you know, I mean, I've been, you know, I'm quite well traveled, I could say, but honestly, when we pulled up to Santorini, I just really had a big culture shock, and I didn't even realize I was capable of that. You know, I mean, there's this volcanic island, and you know, it obviously all of the volcano had come down and settled on top of an old palace
Right.
that rode along the water's edge, so you could see these archaic columns and arches and stuff and steps, but partially buried. It sort of melted in. It was just incredible, you know.
Just has to show us
I mean, it beat the hell out of any Caribbean island.
Now, along with sightseeing, with yachting, we get hookups. And this season, there's a lot of single people on board the Valor. Will we be seeing hookups? You don't have to say who is hooking up, but will there be hookups?
Oh.
Yeah.
A unanimous yes.
Duh.
Yeah.
There's also in the season trailer a lot of nudity. There's a lot of butts hanging
Yeah,
out.
well, yeah.
Kelly looked right at Ben when I said butts.
That wasn't my fault. It's, my brother has a rather vicious sense of humor, and I actually jumped off the boat. I think I was getting like gene chafe, you know, like chafing the
So you just had to rip them off.
inner thigh and
Did he
the
take them from
derriere. No, I took him off, and my shirt was long enough, right,
Yeah.
for me to be covered, and he just. He's got the camera behind us, and he just thought, this will be funny. I thank him every day. You know, actually 5 times a day when I see the previews.
Yeah, they keep re-airing,
Yeah.
The best part is just your laugh as you're walking.
Yeah.
But when I get pissed
Signature
off,
laugh.
when I get pissed off with him, I remind him how much of an idiot he is. I don't think he cares. He's my older brother.
So you have to put up with your older brother. You also
Yeah.
have to put up with charter guests who have a lot of demands when it comes to food.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Francesca wants to know, do you ever run out of recipes to make?
Well, actually, I don't. I'm not really recipe based. I just go upon what I have, and I'm experimental. Food kind of makes sense. It makes sense to me. I think being a yacht chef, you become very resourceful, and if you have a good backbone for cuisine, then you just kind of roll with it. You know, I seldom repeat myself, but honestly, it's with this day and age, you know, people are gluten-free, lactose intolerant, pescatarian.
On the first episode, you have to put up a
You know-
post-it with about 12 things that have to be excluded from the meals.
It's unbelievable. I get these essays in from every client, and it's like a jigsaw puzzle, you know? It's like they wouldn't agree on one thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's honestly, it's actually becoming pretty. It's not as fun as it used to be. You know, 10 years ago, it was easy. Everyone loved food.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, I can't eat that. Did that touch that? No, I can't eat that either. You know, it's just.
I will say this on his creativity. I think once during the entire season, while we were out there, he made the same thing, and that was an uni shooter. He made the uni shooter because it was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, Uni
Yeah.
Shooter happens to be one of my favorite things. So,
Along with guest demands, what's for everybody? What's the craziest thing on any boat you've worked on that a guest has asked you to do?
I had a guest ask me to ride down the slide in the 69 position.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
God.
and you pretended to be upset about it.
I
You
was
felt-
upset
She
about
was so hot. She was like this Playboy model.
Oh.
And there's Kelly going, this is inappropriate. Meanwhile, he had a massive bulge in his trousers.
Lauren, you worked for Sir Richard Branson. Was your
Yes.
first boating?
Yes,
Was
I
that
did.
what was that experience like?
Oh, it was unbelievable. It was so amazing. Just to work on a private island is just incredible, and to work for someone that's just, you know, just such an amazing public figure, you know, so respectful and is just exactly what he comes across as and so much more. I loved working for him. And that was my first time in the BVI as well. So I'd seen so many of the places there. So it was really exciting coming back on the boat. Yeah. And going to the same places again.
Not a bad first gig.
Yeah, no, definitely not. It was great.
All right. Amanda wants to know, have the housewives been on the boat? We did see Cynthia Bailey was on a season or two ago.
I think
It was season 3.
they can't. Yeah, they season 3. That's right. Yeah.
So yeah, housewives have been on the boat. And Andy Cohen told us in the far future when they do a Housewives All-Stars, they could do a below deck crossover and put them all on a boat.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be great.
So wait,
They might be retired
They're
by
not
then.
high maintenance at all. I look forward to that.
I'm still waiting for Andy to come out on the boat.
That would be a good episode. He has to get some time off though.
He's
kinda
pretty busy,
busy.
isn't he? Just a little bit.
All right.
Busiest man in the world.
Roz wants to know, what's the craziest thing you can tease about season 4? And just go down the line.
I'm not very good at teasing. Usually I just give it away. Actually.
Well, don't give it
I'm not
away.
going to get involved in this one.
I would say this is probably one of the most extreme seasons in varieties that we can
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Just so many big, different personalities.
Personalities.
Yeah, from all
Yeah.
over the world. So it's
people that come on the boat to visitors to
yeah, such a mix. Yeah, pretty much just us trying to figure out
It's,
each other
yeah.
the whole season.
Yeah.
You know.
Go watch the Super Tease because it's so that 3 minutes is jam packed with like WTF moments.
and there's still more than that.
Yeah,
way more
that's
than
just
Oh,
a
that was
tease.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, tip of the iceberg.
It's pretty full on.
Does everybody stay the full course? Because Captain Lee loves to threaten people with plane tickets.
Well, I don't think we're allowed to tease that, but there is potentially an opportunity.
Some
plane
changes for the
tickets.
better, worse. We'll see.
Generally,
I
it's
don't
for the
even
better.
know.
I think
Yeah.
it's always
You
for the
think
better.
so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have to send someone home, there's usually a
Yeah, usually it's a unanimous kind of vote.
like it's time for you to go.
Get off the
Yeah.
island.
Yeah,
Or,
exactly.
or the Valor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extinguish your torch, please.
yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we are excited for season 4. It premieres Tuesday night on Bravo at 9 p.m. Eastern. Tune in, watch these guys deal with the craziest people you've ever seen on a boat, including some of their coworkers. And if you have more questions for them, you can leave them here. We'll get to them later, but we're going to sign off for now.